See, today we are going to start a new chapter, chemical bonding. So, different topics, which are subtopics of chemical bonding, we will discuss in this chapter. First, we will discuss the cause of chemical combination. The cause of chemical combination, and then we will discuss different types of bonds: ionic bond, covalent bond, hydrogen bond, coordinate bond, metallic bond, and van der Waals force of attraction. See, various theories of covalent bond we will also discuss, like Lewis octet rule, valence bond theory, hybridization, and VSEPR theory. After that, we will discuss molecular orbital theory. And then after we will discuss resonance. And then bond parameters like bond angle, bond length, and bond order. Then we will discuss polarity of bonds, which is dipole moment. Then after we will discuss hydrogen bonding, a special type of bonding, hydrogen bonding, and van der Waals force of attraction, and then hydrolysis of some compounds. See, first topic we are going to start chemical bond. See, what is chemical bond? As we know that chemical bond is basically an attractive force. So chemical bond is basically an attractive force which holds together two or more same or different species. So basically chemical bond is what? Attractive force which holds together two or more same or different species. Together as a unit, or which is responsible for the existence of that compound. So basically chemical bonding binds the atoms. The atoms may be same or different. So the force with which these atoms bind is known as chemical bond. And the species which we are discussing here, it may be atoms, it may be ions, or it may be molecules. Now we will see the cause of chemical combination. What is the cause of chemical combination? See, the cause of chemical combinations. Now we will discuss the cause of chemical combination. Chemical combination is basically required. Why chemical combination is required? As we know that to complete the octet of atoms. So chemical combination is required to complete the octet of atoms. While in case of hydrogen, the atoms complete its duplet. Other atoms will complete its octet while hydrogen completes its duplet. And it is found that inert gas have NH2 NP6 electronic configuration except one S2, which is for helium. So they have complete octet, hence does not involve in the bond formation. So inert gases do not involve in the bond formation because they have completely filled electronic configuration and stable configuration. And in order to achieve the basically why atoms participate in bond formation? Atoms participate in bond formation in order to achieve the stable electronic configuration. Other elements participate in the bond formation, but noble gases do not participate in the bond formation. So one cause to form a chemical bond is to complete their octet. See, next point, what is the cause of chemical bond formation? So next is to minimize their potential energy. As we know that the minimum energy is the state of maximum stability. So minimum energy is the state of maximum stability. As we know, state of minimum potential energy is most stable for any system. So in order to attain that state of minimum potential energy, elements involved in the bond formation. So 2 points we have noted. One is to complete their octet, and the second is to minimize their potential energy. These are the cause of chemical bond formation. We may also see that when A and B are the two atoms, and two atoms are separated at an infinite distance from each other, then the potential energy will be zero. So potential energy will be zero as energy varies inversely proportional to R. When R is infinity, then energy will be zero. Now these two atoms starts approaching each other. As these two atoms will have nuclei, as these two atoms will have nucleus, as well as they have electrons. So there are two types of forces. One is attractive force and one is repulsive force. When atoms come closer, it means when atoms are coming closer, it means the force which is attractive force will dominate. Attractive force will dominate over repulsive force. So when attractive force, repulsive force are both operating into the molecule, and when attractive force is more than the repulsive force, then we say there is a formation of chemical bond. So 2 points we have discussed in order of chemical combination, the atoms involved in chemical combination to complete their octet, and also they tries to minimize their potential energy. And when there is a formation of chemical bond, then the attractive force is greater than repulsive force. See how they achieve minimum energy. In state of minimum energy, as we can say that when attractive force is more than repulsive force, then the formation of bond takes place, and minimum potential energy point is when attractive force is equal in magnitude of repulsive force. See how the parameters are varying. One of the parameter is atom distance, between A and B, and one of the parameter is energy. As we can see that at infinite distance we can see that, so at a distance of infinite, basically they are infinite distance, so R is infinity, hence potential energy is 0. As R starts decreasing, as atoms starts approaching each other, means R is decreasing in negative axis, so R is decreasing, then potential energy also starts decreasing, and at a point when the potential energy is minimum, it means at this point attractive force will be same as the repulsive force. So we can say that at this point there is a formation of bond. At this point there is a formation of bond. So the distance from origin at which attractive force and repulsive force are balanced, we call bond length, and the energy we call bond energy. Now we will classify the chemical bond. What we have discussed: cause of chemical combination. Basically every atom tries to complete its octet, while in case of hydrogen tries to complete duplet. Similarly, they tries to minimize their potential energy, because at minimum potential energy, when potential energy is minimum, the distance from the origin is known as bond length, and the energy corresponding is bond energy. Now we will classify chemical bond. See classification of chemical bond. As we know, basically classification of chemical bond is what? On the basis of electron valency theory. Chemical bond is classified into two parts. One is interatomic and one is intermolecular. Interatomic means between the atoms, and intermolecular means between the molecules. So between the atoms and between the molecules. So basically chemical bond, when interatomic, the bond is formed between atoms. When chemical bond is intermolecular, then bond is formed between molecules. So interatomic bond we also called primary bond. We also called this bond as primary bond, and this bond we called as secondary bond. And primary bond is strong in nature. While secondary bond is weak in nature. And examples of this bond is ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, and metallic bond. All these bonds comes in the category of primary bonds, while secondary bonds are weak in nature. For example, hydrogen bond and weak forces like van der Waals, etc. comes under the category of secondary bond. Okay. So these are the classification of chemical bond on the basis of electron valency theory and structure. There are two types of chemical bond. One is interatomic and one is intermolecular bond. See, now we will discuss their bond energies. See, as per the bond energy for ionic and covalent bond. For ionic and covalent bond energy lies between 200 to 400 kilojoule per mole. While for hydrogen bond energy is less as compared to ionic covalent between 10 to 40 kilojoule. While for weak forces like van der Waals etc., bond energy lies between 2 to 10 kilojoule. See, now first we will discuss ionic bond. The first we are going to discuss ionic bond. See, what is ionic bond? See, ionic bond. As we know that ionic bond we also called electrovalent bond. Ionic bond we also called electrovalent bond. See, the chemical bond formed between two or more different atoms. The chemical bond formed between two or more different atoms as a result of complete transfer of electron. Means when two atoms involve in the formation of chemical bond called ionic bond, the two atoms must be different. And there is complete transfer of electron. Either one atom will lose electron and other atom will gain electron. Then the formation of bond between the atoms is called ionic bond. So basically, the bond formed is the force of attraction acting between the cation and anion. The force of attraction operating between cation and anion is known as ionic bond. See, for formation of ionic bond, what we require? We require cation and anion. Then these cation and anion are held together by force of attraction, that is electrostatic force of attraction. See how the formation of chemical bond occurs. Now we will discuss the formation of NaCl. See how the formation of NaCl through ionic bonding. As we know that in NaCl, two atoms, one is sodium and one is Cl. See, these two atoms are different. Now sodium, we know the configuration of sodium is 281, as atomic number of sodium is 11. Now the sodium will lose one electron, as this electron is loosely bounded to the nucleus. So this electron will lose and sodium will convert in unipositive ion Na positive by the loss of electron. Now the configuration, as we have studied chemical bond formation, the cause of chemical bond formation is to complete the octet. See, by losing one electron, sodium is completing its octet. Similar in the case of chlorine. As we know, chlorine is a non-metal. The configuration as atomic number is 17. The configuration is 2,8,7. Now, chlorine also tries to attain a noble gas configuration, inert configuration. In order to attain the electronic configuration of inert gas, it has to gain one electron. So chlorine gains one electron and convert into Cl minus ion. Now the configuration of chlorine becomes 2,8,8, which is also a complete electronic configuration and a configuration of noble gas, which is argon. so we can see that for the formation of NaCl, Na loses electron, chlorine gains electron. Now cation and anions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. Therefore, the formation of bond between Na and Cl is ionic bond. So we see that how the formation of ionic bond occurs between two different atoms, and the two different atoms have the same electronegativity. One atom loses electron and one atom gains electron, and each atom tries to attain the noble electronic gas configuration. See, now we will discuss how ionic bond is favored, how ionic bond is formed. See, note some points about the ionic bond. As we have discussed, ionic bond is formed always between different atoms. So ionic bond is not formed between atoms of similar nature. It is always possible between two atoms, and the two atoms must have different electronegativity. and we can see that in ionic bond one cation is formed, one anion is formed. Therefore one should be electropositive in nature while other should be electronegative in nature. As we know that basic definition for electropositive character, one atom loses electron which we call cation, and one atom gains electron which we call anion. So electropositive means electron lose tendency, electronegative means electron gain tendency. One basic formula, the equation is called Haney-Smith equation. See, more is the distance between two elements, more will be the ionic character. As ionic character proportional to electronegativity, you only remember this formula. This formula is important, and this equation is called Haney-Smith equation. So basically this equation is Haney-Smith equation. See, the percentage ionic character is 16 times of electronegativity difference plus 3.5 into difference of electronegativity square. So we have discussed ionic bond is formed between the atoms of different electronegativity. See, there are various conditions as we know that involved in the formation of ionic bond. See, and these conditions are important as questions has been asked. As we do that various energies, now we are discussing about ionic bond. So various energy terms involved in the formation of ionic compound. First we will discuss ionization energy. As we know that ionization energy is involved in the formation of cation, because cation is required in the formation of ionic bond. Therefore ionization energy is involved in the formation of cation. Similarly, we know that the energy which is required see, first ionization energy how required? If atom A, then it will lose electron and convert into cation, and this process is endothermic. And always delta S is positive for this. See, as another atom will gains electron and convert into anion. So in this process, which energy is required? The energy is electron gain enthalpy. So it is involved in the formation of anion. How? If B atom, then it will gain electron and convert into B minus ion. As this process is exothermic, so delta H for the reaction is negative. See, so two types of energy we have studied in the formation of ionic bond. One is ionization energy and the second is electron gain energy. Now we will discuss when cations and anions are formed. Then by which force these cations and anions are held together. See, now we will discuss about the lattice energy. See, what is lattice energy? Basically lattice energy what is lattice energy? It is the energy release. When 1 mole of ionic compound, or we can say ionic compound or ionic lattice. So basically when the formation of 1 mole of an ionic compound or lattice, and the energy release in this process is called lattice energy. So basically lattice energy is the amount of energy release when there is formation of 1 mole of an ionic compound from its constituent ions. See, we may discuss lattice energy in another form also. Energy we may also say, if we have 1 mole of lattice, and we want to break this lattice into its constituent ions. If we have 1 mole of an ionic lattice and we want to break this ionic lattice into its constituent ions, then how we discuss the lattice energy? See, we may also say it is the energy absorbed when 1 mole of lattice of ionic compound. It is the energy absorbed when 1 mole of lattice of an ionic bond is broken up into isolated gaseous atoms. So basically we have discussed two parts. In this we have discussed two parts. What? we discuss one. We have discussed one. What we have discussed as the energy required to break 1 mole of lattice. The energy required to break 1 mole of lattice of ionic compound into its gaseous ions. This is also called lattice energy, or we can say it is the energy release, or we can say it is the energy release when 1 mole of ionic compound is formed from isolated gaseous atom. These two are vice versa of each other. These two are vice versa of each other. See how it is the energy release or it is the energy absorbed. So basically release when there is formation of 1 mole of ionic compound from isolated gaseous ion, and dissociation of 1 mole of lattice into its gaseous ion. It is also called lattice energy.